stepped inside the room, Dr. Doom, prepare for the boom. Bam! Oh man, I slam, jam, I scream like Tarzan. I've been tossing and flossing, my style is awesome. I cause more family views than Richard Dawson. And the survey says that flying fucking guillotine, chop off your fucking head. Mister, who is that? Ayo, the woo is back. Make him go boom boom like a super cat. Me fear no one, here I come with the Wu-Tang shotgun, killing to the eardrums. And if you got beef, then bring the ruckus. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Straight from the motherfucking slums, it's busted. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Put the needle to the groove, I get screwed and I'm forced to fuck it up. My style carries like a pickup truck. Cross the clear blue yonder, see the shine, see it slam tracks like quarterback sacks from LT. Now I try to test the rebel INS. Blessed since birth, then I earth slam your best. Then I bakes the cake, I takes the cake and eat it too with my crew when we head state to state. And if you got beef, then bring the ruckus. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Straight from the motherfucking slums, it's busted. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Tiger style. The game of chess is like a sword fight.
Come out
Okay,
tomorrow, styles,
folks.
conditions, bizarro flows with more afro than Rolo. Come up to the fork in the road, which way to go, just follow.
Hey.
The legend of Sleepy Hollow. In fact,
I'm letting the song finish out because I like it.
Everybody's like, oh my God, not true, but if you got beef, then bring the ruckus. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Alright, folks. How are we doing today? Ignore the song, just ignore the video. Had to play this. If I can fucking stretch this out properly. Alright.
Hey, Method Man.
Okay. Well, that's a longer story on that one, Pumpkin. That person was spamming in Empty's Discord. That's a clusterfuck on its own. How are we doing, folks? Before we get into the stream part, I have to address something with the last stream because I got a lot of shit for it, and I want to explain. So, I got a lot of shit from some people. Some people were nice about it, but some people were fucking assholes. And most of you were nice. But, yeah, I was pausing and I was talking a lot because we're skirting a thin line here with YouTube. We are skirting a thin line. I have to balance out the show and me talking, otherwise this doesn't work. So sometimes I will talk a little more. Sometimes I'll even run an ad when I have to piss. People got mad over that. The second one, episode 2, over there, is not blocked worldwide. The first one, where I didn't do that as much, is blocked worldwide. So we got to be a little careful, folks. I love y'all. I really do. But just... Alright. Really quick, before... I just want to make sure Twitch is running. Because if we do get taken off of YouTube, we will switch to Twitch. Twitch is still going right now, but if YouTube goes down for any reason, Twitch it is. I do love it. I do love it. Alright. Folks, let me just do one more thing so I can see the Twitch chat in case somebody... Every time you talk, click go back 10 seconds. Okay, I can do that. Alright. Before we start this, I wish... You said left and right for playing episode 3. Is it not? Okay, is it not fucking loading? Ooh, Alceria, thank you for following. Yeah, hey, again, a lot of you guys were fine. It's just there were a couple people who were kind of assholes, and I kind of blasted them out on Twitter. I took a screenshot of one guy saying, "Shut the fuck up," and I said, "No." Yeah. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to announce a couple things really quick because I have you as hostage captives. I'm going to stream at least... of course, Twitch isn't. It's the same as the Twitter account. So it's Fuzhou YT. Just add a YT at the end. Twitch. I will... Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Pumpkin. Since I have a captive audience, I'm going to knock it out here really quick. One... I'm going to probably stream some more Discovery shit on Twitch because I actually kind of like some of this shit, and I could react to Dr. Pimple Popper because that's some fucking gross shit. Hey, thank you, Speedy Door. I gotta really turn that noise down. So yeah, I'm going to stream some out on Twitch. Going to start streaming some more games on Twitch. I also forgot about the sound alerts. Read some. Thank you, Fallen. Yeah, Patreon. I really gotta turn my sound about down. So yeah, Patreon stuff coming soon. Working on a new video, all that. We're gonna start watching after I go and turn that down. I did not realize how loud that would be. Some words. I don't want to disable them. I just want to. Should have made some of this a little quieter.
I think the internet in general has created a sense of disconnection.
Okay, that should be better.
A lot of people don't understand that there is actually another person on the other side of that screen. If that reality is completely imagined and it starts seeping into your real world, then you sort of lose your grasp on your humanity.
Okay.
Well, we got involved in this investigation when we received multiple calls from all over the country, and it doesn't really seem believable what's going on or what the call says may be happening.
I'll turn off the alert box.
There's been accusations of grooming and pedophile behavior from this man. I have no idea if it's true or false, but what I do know is I saw a video today that was quite disturbing of him abusing this girl, and so I just wanted to make sure.
The Shiloh video.
We've been to the residence many, many times to go and investigate possible crimes that are occurring there.
We have gotten calls regarding it before. Is there anything recent that this person has said?
You've mentioned before that he would chain someone up in his basement. So that's what's concerning.
When we do go there, we make sure there are a couple extra deputies because it's a risky response. We don't know what we're walking into.
They look like he's losing his mind, and I'm afraid that he's a danger to himself and someone else.
We do know that there are a lot of people that think their loved ones have become victims.
Hold on.
And
Yeah, I already got a warning. Heads up, we detected copyrighted audio and video in your stream. Your video may be blocked. Chat, are you guys there? Because hold on. Hey. Yep, okay. Everyone move to Twitch. I'm going to re-upload this no matter what. But Twitch is probably going to be most consistent. Move to Twitch if you can. Pumpkin spam the link. I will go back about... Tell you what, I'll go back about 20 seconds. Alright, it's still up on here. But I would say go to Twitch as a just-in-case kind of thing, because... Or at least have it tabbed. I'm also going to probably turn off the alert box for a minute. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Yeah, we're not even a minute and a half into a document.
So that's what's concerning.
When we do go there, we make sure there are a couple extra deputies because it's a risky response. We don't know what we're walking into.
They look like he's losing his mind, and I'm afraid that he's a danger to himself and someone
Don't
else.
you love it, Aiden?
We do know that there are a lot of people that think their loved ones have become victims, and it wouldn't be prudent for us not to investigate it.
I love you too. This is such a dramatic intro.
I'm Onision, well known around the web for allegedly doing terrible, awful, horrible things.
You have to wonder, could Onision engineer this massive campaign of exploitation on one of the most popular social media platforms in the world?
That's what I was like.
And victimize so many vulnerable girls and young women in so many different ways. A number of people had reached out about suspicious activity in that home, reports of grooming and exploitation of girls.
That's fair.
The evidence is out there. The victims are out there.
Oh,
the hurt and the harm.
Let me, thought I had higher, I'm gonna be honest there. I'm gonna go back about 10 seconds.
Of girls. The evidence is out there. The victims are out there.
Okay.
The hurt and the harm is out there. And it's finally starting to catch up with him. Finally, after all these years.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing investigation. We just have tons and tons of complaints. We're not sure why it's happening with the victims. Unfortunately, it seems like he has some type of cult status.
Oh no.
What do you want to do about it?
What do you mean? Well,
I don't have money to raise a baby.
but I do like tomorrow.
It's not born yet, is it?
Yeah, but I don't want our baby to be an orphan.
Catch.
Yeah. Really quick. I'll pause it for a second. If you're having sync issues with Twitch, refresh, because Twitch is a little fucky. That's big problem with Twitch. Love it, hate it. Have to deal with it sometimes. I'll admit, that video got a chuckle out of me, but it's only because of the absurd scenario. But we're going to continue.
If you look at Onision's older content, the toxicity has always been there. I think the difference now from in the beginning is that we are now seeing him in a more personal way because we're getting testimonials from people that have interacted with him.
Hey, Cecil. I do love streaming. Oh, Blair White. This is the
Today's video is about someone that I truly, with every bit of my soul, never wanted to talk about again, by the name of Onision. So in this video, I'm interviewing a victim, an alleged victim. Tell me a little bit about the NDA that you signed. You told me off camera that you signed an NDA the morning after you were intimate with them for the first time.
Yeah. He and Kai decided that everyone in their life needed to sign an NDA and that I was no exception to that. The NDA was 1,000% for me to not do what I'm doing right now.
How old were you when you first started tweeting Onision? And
I'm gonna get ready to skip it back 10 seconds. One big thing is I have signed a lot of non-disclosure agreements because I've tested video games before, and in those they're very explicit on the legal ramifications. They're also notarized. If you've seen any of the leaked non-disclosure agreements that Onision's put out over the years, how do I word it? Oh, hey, we're blocked on YouTube. Your stream has been temporarily blocked because we detected copyright audio. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I'm fucked. Hold on. Yeah, well. Of course. Yep. Fuck. I love YouTube. I love YouTube. Hang on here. I have to copy a link to my Twitch. This may as well fucking happen. Alright, guys, this is not my fault this time. Not fully. Oh, well, since I stopped streaming it for a minute. Hey, YouTube guys. So, yeah, it's back, but here's the thing. I don't think it'll let me still stream. I don't think it'll still let me stream this on YouTube. Hey, okay. So here's the two options I have right now, folks. Stick with just Twitch, stop the stream on YouTube, or try to keep going with YouTube and all right. I'm gonna unlist this stream on YouTube because it's fucked here. I can't stream the rest of this, but I can work around with the VOD. I can work with the VOD and make that work. So everyone who's on the YouTube stream, I'm gonna spam the link to Twitch because it's yeah. All right, to the YouTube folks, I'm gonna have to pause the YouTube stream for now. I'll upload the VOD, but we're gonna go to Twitch. I'm sorry for that. I don't think it'll work because they blocked it. If I keep going, they'll strike me for sure. So we gotta switch to Twitch. All right, folks. I'm gonna end the stream here. Take it easy for YouTube folks. Twitch, we're gonna keep going. I love it. I love it. And end the stream. Thank you for the applause. Holy fuck, 100 viewers. Yeah, fuck YouTube, man. Fuck YouTube. Dr. Rick Lewis, thank you for subscribing with Prime. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna start it off.
Exception to that. The NDA was 1000% for me to
fuck
not
Discovery.
do what I'm doing right now.
How old were you when you first started tweeting Onision?
I shall list.
Onision's at the time wife, Lainey.
I was, well, when I started tweeting them,
Fuck YouTube.
I was 13.
One more. One more thing with this. If YouTube blocks a VOD, I'll just make a highlights thing and upload it somewhere else and leave a VOD here. All right, let's continue.
Chris Hanson here on the YouTube channel, Hanson versus Predators, and have a seat with Chris Hanson. We have a guest who I really respect. And so without further ado, Blair White, thanks for being with us tonight. Blair White. She came on and did a very, very compelling interview about what Onision had been doing.
He's using that sort of elevated status and that power dynamic to lure in underage girls. As of recently, there's a lot more serious allegations of him actually moving an underage girl into his home. That is incredibly predatory and incredibly disturbing.
Okay.
And then people started to come forward and say...
Now, here's the thing. This story was so far before this interaction with fucking Chris Hanson and Blair White. They're leaving out notable parts of all this shit. Like, all of the work that people did throughout 2018 and 2019, all the talk about it, this doesn't make sense because this is showing like one small part of the bigger picture. But
I had an interaction with Greg James Jackson and Kai.
Fuck, I forgot to do the 10 seconds back thing. Sorry, guys.
Incredibly disturbing.
And then people started to come forward and say, I had an interaction with Greg, James Jackson, and Kai, and I'm willing to talk about it.
Greg was very, very mean to me in the weirdest way. He made me feel bad about my body or my looks. He was an asshole.
Right. So he was into this coercion and control. Was it almost, is it fair to say, like a cult situation, or he's trying to?
Oh my God, yeah. If I didn't want to do something that he wanted me to do, he would accuse me of lying or, tell me to be an adult. Basically do whatever he could do to get me to do what he wanted.
Chris Hanson, for the next few weeks, manages to post interviews with these girls, some reaching the millions of views.
We are intensifying our investigation into the YouTube streamer Onision, otherwise known as Greg Jackson. The allegations are honestly quite shocking. They have used their YouTube channel to sort of recruit a number of young women into what can only be described.
All right, pausing again. Billy opted out, so that's why she's blurred in this. The music is so it's edited like you would think it would be. And then the Stephen Asarch, dude, tell him to put makeup on you next time, man. No offense, but tell them to put makeup on you. Jesus, man. All right, 10 seconds back.
Honestly quite shocking. They have used their YouTube channel to sort of recruit a number of young women into what can only be described as a cult-like environment, sometimes trying to force the girls into signing contracts, shaving their heads, keeping them away from their families, and at least coercing them into questionable sexual relationships.
I think that their celebrity status definitely lured me into it.
Greg, gave me a full body massage. It was almost kind of immediate. He was already trying to get me over to the bed to have sex with me.
He had me stripped down to my bikini and he wore a pair of underwear. He felt up my ass when he was putting shaving cream on me.
So you were with both Greg Jackson and Kai in a sex triangle, essentially.
Yes.
My friend coming out with her story gave me that push I needed to say, you know what, you're right, this wasn't right, this shouldn't have happened, and people need to know that.
Okay. Well, I'll pause. Anytime they say Regina's friend, that one is Sarah. The one with the blue hair, kind of the thing, is Billy. There's another one who I honestly can't tell who it is because I stopped watching Chris Hansen after a little while because why would I? The blonde, the blonde, that is a good question. Beck. Yes, Beck. Again, I'm awful with names. And yeah, the cult thing, Onision is very cult-like. Definitely likes cult of personality-ish shit. Does it surprise me that, obviously the Skasaya thing or whatever, that one cult he started, but it wouldn't surprise me if he wanted to be a cult leader. Anyway, let's continue.
The time between me meeting him for the first time and me turning 18 was definitely him grooming me. He was the puppet master. He was being oh, you guys should do this. Oh, you guys should kiss. Do that. That'd be hot. Kai and I never technically dated, but we did have a sexual relationship. Greg and I never even kissed until the first time we had sex. And we were watching a movie again one night. I look over and I see Greg and Kai making out, which they'd done in the past, made out with me on the bed, and I was oh, okay, whatever. And then I looked back and they were actively having sex. And then Greg kind of pulled me in and told me to start doing stuff with them. To be honest, I feel like Kai and I were both pressured into it the first time.
I think that Onision is a new kind of predator. He is given a lot of power and a lot of attention online, and he uses that to select his victims. My name is Maggie Maybe. I'm an associate attorney
Her
at
name
Marsh
is
Law
Maggie
Firm,
Maybe.
and I centralize my practice in child pornography and child sex abuse.
Her name is Maggie Maybe. Also, her phone opened up to Twitter.
Cases. I believe what Greg is doing is predatory behavior, and it is also...
Oh, motherfucker, hang on. I have to say, I always love it when people do this in like these kind of dramatic situations, but come on.
And I centralize my practice in child pornography and child sex abuse cases. I believe what Greg is doing is predatory behavior, and it is also really dangerous that we allow it to happen. He's allowed to be a predator in plain sight because he does it in a way that makes these kids feel like they're the problem.
He would...
If I got a phone call from Twitter, I would delete the app and smash my phone into bits. I'm just saying, there's nothing positive from that. Oh shit, Fibro, that's fucking horrible. Oh shit. I thankfully avoided COVID where I work, although everyone has the fucking masks here, like down here. Did they black out Nicotra on this one?
Abuse you psychologically.
I'm looking for something. Hang on here.
Greg?
Yes.
Yes. I am irreversibly changed by this. I will never be the person that I was going to be before this started. I will always have this trauma that I have to deal with for the rest of my life. And it is trauma because I'm only 19 years old. This has been going on for years and years and years.
It's a pattern. It's not just one girl. It's not just
I'll
two.
rewind it 10 seconds because I want to say this. Yeah, they fucking did! Look at that shit! If I can... Vince is on there! Vince is on there! They blacked him out instead of blurring his color. Oh, Vincent, you sad little bitch. Well, they blurred him in the first episode. And I thought that's what they were gonna do, and I was like, why the fuck is she down there instead of like side by side? No, they just straight up blacked him out. Dope.
And it is trauma because I'm only 19 years old. This has been going on for years and years and years.
It's a pattern. It's not just one girl. It's not just two girls. It's quite a few girls that he's mistreated and emotionally abused.
Oh no.
What's important is that you understand that women lie. Okay? My honesty is overpowering. It's overwhelming. I am the most honest person I've ever met.
There are a lot of issues
Hey,
right
it's
now
Mimi.
that really need to be addressed. This isn't just drama anymore. This is something extremely serious.
I personally do take the side of the women who have made accusations against him.
Do you like seeing women be
Wolf?
victimized?
I don't know if
you don't
the
give
second
a
one
fucking fuck about women. Look how you treat them yourself.
This damage is lifelong for these victims. And then I think there is another layer. They were never believed. They were never trusted. And I think that this is not just a danger to our kids, but a disservice to the kind of adults we want them to be when they grow up.
Okay. No. I'm saying I know who Stevie is, but I don't know who the second one. Like in between Tamimi and Stevie, there was a girl there who I don't know. I know Stevie Wolf. I follow him. I think Twitter's a clusterfuck half the time.
I spent a lot of years thinking, oh, that was just a bad relationship. I thought I was the problem. Now, I'm 27 years old, and I suffer from CPTSD and depression and anxiety and panic attacks.
I'm not.
I'm in intense therapy.
I don't get why you're upset.
What the fuck?
And right now in my life, I am focusing on healing. I'm focusing on my music, and I'm rebuilding, but only now. If I had seen somebody speaking at my age back then about their own story, if I had had somebody to relate to, then it could have stopped me from getting in a lot of trouble.
This is my channel, and I'll put whatever the f I want on it.
It could have maybe opened up my eyes to what was not a relationship, but actually somebody grooming
It is.
me. I don't have no friends. I never pinned it down into.
I will say this because I see it being brought up. Yeah, this is made for boomers pretty much. Someone in the chat said it earlier, it's not really made for us. It's made for the people that would be our parents and all that. And I get that. But here's the thing. If that was true, why the fuck is it a streaming service exclusive instead of airing on Discovery? It's like, this is exclusive to Discovery's new streaming service endeavor. And good on them. Seriously, good on them for doing it, I guess. But why the fuck is this not airing on TV if this is that important? I don't know. It's fucking weird. Swiss cheese for boomers. Yeah, that's fair. Rashawn's parents, they do talk about that, because we talk about it in the second episode, I think. Second episode. We're gonna continue. I pay for streaming. Well, I mean, Discovery would have taken this from anybody pretty much. It feels kind of just like everyone else, you know, who's compiled this content for years, like Kiwi Farms, you know, YouTubers, all that. It feels like everyone's kind of being spit on just to make Chris Hansen get 15 minutes of fame. And I'm paying for it, but admittedly, I'm also paying for all the seasons of how it's made, so I win in the long term. But I'm trying to be funny, it's not working. But this documentary is just all right, let's continue. Let's get back to the things again.
My eyes to what was not a relationship, but actually somebody grooming me.
Chris is a shit.
I never pinned it down until I saw how it was affecting others. I saw that other victims of Greg were speaking out about what happened to them on Twitter, and then I started to revisit everything. And stuff that I had pushed into the back of my mind just came out.
September 11th, 2019. Wait. Okay. Here's a strange thing. Why are they blurring her Twitter account? What? I do remember that. Yeah, I don't know. I can say I've never had 8 times a day of sex. I can tell you that. Jesus.
I was just tweeting away, and it blew up.
Ah, yeah, she did delete it. That tweet had not aged well.
It was just really necessary for us to tell our story.
The Me Too movement has definitely inspired me to tell my story. I have been encouraged to not stay silent.
You know what? Enough's enough, and we need to do something about this.
I've gone almost 2.5 years without telling anyone this. I want to legitimize the other victims. This is a platform to do it. and I want it to have an impact.
Stand your ground. If you have gone through something with him, it's okay to say something. I know it's terrifying.
And if you are one of those people, please come to one of us. We are here to support you.
If there are criminal charges that I can
Give it a minute here.
have brought against them, then I will pursue that.
And we're not going to stop until we deplatform predators.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about something here really quick, because I find it hilarious that they're talking about YouTube as a platform, talking about Chris Hanson's show, and it rings a little funny hearing that those words come from someone whose face is blurred and name is censored. Does that make any sense?
We created an uproar on the internet around him and created a hashtag called Deplatform Predators, and we moved from there.
Once the word got out and everything was exposed, that's when the big change started happening for Onision. And I think that many people have opened their eyes to who Onision is.
People believe that Onision should be deplatformed and that he shouldn't be on YouTube.
Today, mostly girls who watch my videos have tasked me to guess their age. I haven't been very successful at guessing people's ages in the past, but a man can dream. I'm going to guess 22, and they're 17. Time to go to prison.
Onision had this website where
I feel bad
his
for
fans
everyone.
could submit a picture of themselves, and the topic said, guess my age and you might be featured in an Onision video.
To once again demonstrate how complicated age of consent is. Legal versus not legal. It's a confusing system. And this girl looks like she's 25, maybe? But uh-oh, she's 17. Because you mistook a girl's age, you're likely to get raped in prison. Fun.
Okay. Is it possible to scroll back while the live is on? I don't really know. Twitch is a little goofy, but I think you should be able to. I don't know. But here's the thing. It's not hard to stand by age of consent laws. It's not. It's fucking not. I can't believe I have to describe this. Yes, some girls look older than they actually are. So do some men. Some women look younger than they actually are. So do some men. But it's not hard to get someone's legal age and fuck someone who's legal. What am I watching? I'm watching an Onision documentary. How you doing, Brandon? But yeah, it's not hard to fuck legal women. Okay. The girl he showed here. Hang on, let's go back. That's a creepy face to pause on.
Confusing system. And this girl looks like she's...
Okay, yeah. I can see where someone might consider that person be a little older. But you don't fuck 17-year-olds. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I understand, Aiden. Nobody likes the guy who's trolling outside the high school in his late 20s. Everyone considers that guy a fucking weirdo. Alright, if you're 25 and you have a high school girlfriend, you're a fucking loser. Please do yourself a favor. Don't breed. Sorry, I had to get that out. One person I know would relate to that.
She's 25, maybe? But uh-oh, she's 17. Because you mistook a girl's age, you're likely to get raped in prison. Fun.
His emphasis on dating them or talking about their age was something that was definitely not normal.
So someone started a topic at Onision.xyz. Will Onision date you? You look like you're 12. Then there's another 12-year-old. Fantastic. Another 12-year-old?
Especially considering he already had a track record of dating several fans.
Onision, you creepy son of a bitch.
Oh my god, like, Onision is such a creepy son of a bitch.
We all know what
me again.
his intentions were.
There's strength in numbers and strength knowing that I could
They
keep
just did, and that's
someone
the only
away from
fucking
the
time.
situation that I was in.
For a long time, people were afraid to speak against figures of power. But there's a new trend where people speak up against them. However, that still puts them in a position of getting hate.
And I warned you guys about Shiloh. Go ahead and search for Shiloh. See all the stories on her and how crazy she is.
Some of the most
ridiculous
people on Earth
It's funny.
exist in this internet community. And they don't care who they hurt. Don't look at others. Look in the mirror.
There is so much misinformation that is out against him.
He did not break the law, and if he did, he would be facing legal consequences.
I want all of the comments to be hashtag recover Onision on screen right now.
We were being bombarded by his fan base.
So I know Augie. I've interacted with Keem. That's a sad thing. Augie is not pro Onision. Augie understands that Onision was very much skirting the lines to get what he wanted. I can't get mad at Augie. Keem is a fucking moron who's disingenuous and only in for something to profit himself. A few times that he's not, like with the like Ray Diaz situation, it's baffling that he can say the same thing about Ray Diaz and what's a fucking other dude? Ray Diaz, and Romeo Lacoste. It's weird we can say the same things about those two, but in the same situation, he can't mirror that image and look inwards and realize, oh, fucking Sam Pepper and Onision are just the same as Romeo Lacoste and fucking Ray Diaz. He cannot realize that. Keem is a fucking idiot. And he's also, I'm gonna say this nicely, incredibly fat. I have no room to talk, but still. Yeah, it's like, and the thing is, because I got to make fun of Keemstar and Onision during an episode of a kill stream. I popped in there. I gave Keem props for Romeo shit, but I also called him a fucking idiot because he's not realizing it's the same fucking shit. Anyway, we're gonna continue.
And by other drama channels.
Augie does get a lot of shit, sadly.
I just immediately got flashbacks of when I tried to come out with my story immediately after and nobody believed me. It's coming up against all these other voices saying it's your own fault because you didn't leave.
Okay, really fast. That is out of context, also. I'll go back. Sorry. We'll stop here for a second. Keem is pretty short. And then also, have you ever, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but there's like, somebody posted it under like all of Keem's tweets at one point, and it was like this a gay dude who was like spreading his ass who looks exactly like Keemstar face. I'm not going to talk about that too much. Let's continue.
Right now?
We were being bombarded by his fan base and by other drama channels. I just immediately got flashbacks of when I tried to come out with my story immediately after and nobody believed me. It's coming up against all these other voices saying it's your own fault because you didn't leave. Or how didn't you see the signs?
There are people who still think that these people are legit because they're so terrified of saying, you know what? You're not a victim. You are a person who is doing everything they can to get back at a guy who dumped you.
He will use any tactic at his disposal to malign, harass, and prey upon anybody who he sees as an enemy.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. I don't care what these people have to say about me.
He has to create some kind of sideshow and scream, look at the faults of this person.
You're trying to ruin my life!
It's much worse than what I'm doing.
And it's the same pattern over and over and over again.
I wanted to talk about the investigation. I can't believe the lack in professionalism. This isn't a reality show, this is real life. My point is that Regina's a scumbag. Awful, awful, horrible human. I think she's a really ugly person, just in general.
Numerous women have followed suit and spoken up against not only Onision, but also Kai.
Here's Edwin. You're not sure if he's cute or an old man. I don't know why I say these horrible things. I just do, and I can't stop myself.
Yeah, boy. Here we go. How far are we into this? Oh, okay.
The anti-O community is the anti-Onision community. These are people who are interested in putting Onision in jail or having him deplatformed.
I think a lot of the anti-Os genuinely want justice for the girls, and a lot of them take it to a more personal level against them.
Like any healthy society cancels child predators. That's kind of what's supposed to happen, Greg.
He is kind of a shitty human being.
Every time they bring... They literally should use anyone else but this man.
When it comes to his YouTube channel and content.
I cannot wait until the day that you're thrown behind bars, because I guarantee you it's going to be a day where the sun shines just a little bit brighter.
Ugh, I hate him.
Some people, they get fed up with you. They don't want to be associated with you anymore because apparently you're problematic.
Oh boy.
Then your whole life falls apart because a bunch of people online want to troll you.
People love to watch a bad guy get punished. So if you can keep engaging with this person and keep trying to expose that person, that's something people want to watch.
This is what you want? You want my whole life? Fine.
He's pulling in this audience of people that aren't there for his content, they're there for the blood.
In fact, people have such strong opinions of me that they've threatened to show up to my house and me senseless.
Who can decode the complicated maze that is Onision's mind?
Beat or fuck
Many
senseless.
victims have come forward, more than ever before in the current year.
Hanson.
Let me be very, very clear here. The victims will always come first. Always, always, always. By infiltrating this world as best as you can, by creating awareness, you can prevent other girls, young women, from becoming victims. And that's my goal here.
Having Chris Hanson involved has brought some legitimacy to the investigation.
You've had 19 calls to that house in 2019 alone. Is that unusual?
That's very unusual.
Everybody definitely believed that Chris Hanson had good intentions.
So I'm on it. We've got a really compelling show coming up again next Wednesday. I'm finalizing details as we speak.
But I think he bit more than he could chew.
Everybody good? Rolling?
By the way, I'm gonna pause this for 1 second because it's a non-talking moment. Do you guys fucking believe it was just last year? Just last fucking year? I can't.
What are you reporting? There's a person who's been stalking me online and they just showed up to my house.
Okay, and they're outside now?
Yes.
Okay.
They're knocking on my door.
Okay.
So I just saw like 6 guys in my driveway and one of them is knocking on my door. They're YouTube stalkers.
Greg, hi. Could you come to the door, please?
YouTube stalkers.
Do we know his name at all?
It's Chris Hanson.
When you walk up to any door like that, you really don't know what is on the other side.
Ew, 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 go away. Ew, old man, creepy old man, go away. I saw the mugshot of you. Get off my property, go away, you're disgusting. Kai? Oh, don't say Kai's name, you friggin' prick. Get off my property, seriously, gross.
I did hope that I would be able to talk him into doing an interview.
Can you hear what he's yelling?
We'd really just like to get your side of the story, Greg.
Oh, he's saying, I want your side of the story, Greg. Are you guys going to show up?
Sir, it has been sent to the officers. They have to drive to you, okay? If something escalates, call us back, okay?
And again, I know this is startling for you to walk into the crew and all that, but it's nothing strange to okay. All right, we'll hang back here. It's the next house on.
We follow the sheriff. Okay.
The reason I called the cops on Hanson was because he was violating the law. You can't be within 50 feet of a no trespassing sign. Chris Hanson violated this law by being within 20 feet at one point of a no trespassing sign.
He had his chance today to talk to me, to explain his side of the story, to defend himself, but he chose not to do it, not even to continue his dramatic rants that he's been conducting on YouTube.
I do not.
It just falls in line with everything I've been.
I do not support ethical theory porn.
Saying, which is that he's full of crap. He's been lying to you. He's been collecting money on the behalf of fake victims. Big Boy's gonna have to put on his big boy pants and face a lot of things. This is the biggest sham investigation I've ever heard of.
Chris Hanson is doing amazing work. Let's get that right off the bat.
The guy's a legend. He's the king of catching these kind of people. You know what kind I'm talking about.
At first, everybody was super ecstatic about it because he kind of put himself on this pedestal and as a savior himself, and everybody ate it up.
Yeah. Oh no. No. Okay, quick question. Where do you think this is gonna go, guys? Do you think it's gonna go, like, actually giving Chris Hanson criticism, or are they just gonna cherry pick, like, the worst possible criticism and hammer in on it and go from there?
Chris Hanson does not view himself as a YouTuber. He views YouTube as a stepping stone to get to the next level of his career.
And I get that a lot of you think that YouTube and social media is the only way to go. I see it a little differently. Television has the potential to take this to a wider audience and to increase the potential that we will see justice here.
And he's gonna become mainstream again.
What is the deal with Onision? How did he get on your radar, and why have you been dogging him so hard?
When it comes to the YouTube space, you come to YouTube with open arms and respect for the platform.
Yes.
Over the weekend, some harsh criticism.
And Hanson didn't show that respect.
Oh.
I think along the way, there was resentment because I came in as a non-YouTuber and took this investigation to the next level.
All you've been doing, Chris, is regurgitating every single thing that other creators have done and put out on the internet. There's nothing new.
They know that anytime they criticize me or invoke my name in any way, it adds clicks, profits, money. And so I guess it shouldn't have come as a surprise in this wild, wild west that is YouTube, that it would only intensify. YouTube streamer who's been accused of being a predator.
Everybody thought that it was just for financial gain, and he essentially does exploit victims, in my opinion.
Well, Edwin, perhaps you should take a look in the mirror, having tried to use victims in your own way with the drama channel to drive up clicks and views. I never got into the YouTube space to make a ton of money. I got into the story because it was important. I'm competent.
Okay. What? Okay. Yeah, no shit. Edwin is going to probably end up making money from it. Like everybody. That's how ad revenue works. You can't make a set amount just for putting a fucking video out of you. Okay. Let me brief. After I rant about this, we're going to take a small break. Just about a couple minutes because I got to pee and get a new bottle of water. But let's go off on this. Yeah, no shit. Chris, you have no room to talk. I have seen the amount of fucking super chats you've gotten. I could pay off my goddamn car with the amount of super chats you got during the Sarah stream at the very least. How do you... Yeah, no shit. People are gonna make money from YouTube. It's content, no shit. But claiming that because you are this former TV guy, that makes you somehow better to manage this? No, fuck off. Fuck off, Chris. Fuck off, Chris. Sure, you can criticize, you can criticize anybody. But I can't even fucking fathom how stupid this is. I'm rewinding it 20 seconds. I just want to make sure I heard this stupidity right. Or, well, 10 more. Here we go.
Would only intensify.
Make sure.
Streamer who's been accused of being a predator.
Everybody thought that it was just for financial gain, and he essentially does exploit victims, in my opinion.
Well, Edwin, perhaps you should take a look in the mirror, having tried to use victims in your own way with the drama channel to drive up clicks and views. I never got into the YouTube space to make a ton of money. I got into the story because it was important. I'm compensated to work on a story just like I'm compensated to work on any other production.
Ultimately, absolutely everyone involved is making money off of this. If you look at channels like Blair White's, Edwin Generation, Repsion, they all make these videos that pull in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, talking about Onision.
Sure, I can make a video on YouTube and it'll make money, but at the same time, it gets the word out.
I still believe that the dialogue we created is worthwhile.
Okay, all right. So full context of that part's out. Well, yeah, no shit. People who put out a video that gets a lot of views is going to make a fuck ton of money. How does that not make sense to someone who has worked in the television field for years and understands that high ratings equal high cash rewards? How do you not get that? Why the fuck is it because it's on YouTube it becomes some sort of... How the fuck... How does one happen and the other happen as well? Why is it different on TV than it is on YouTube? Why is it different on a podcast than it is on TV? Why is it different? It's not. It's not. I shouldn't even have to fucking say that it is, because that should just be... Oh! Alright. We're going to take a small break, everyone, about a 90-second break. I'm going to run an ad, because why not? It turns off pre-rolls. I got to pee, and I want to get something to drink. So, all right, folks. Be back in about a minute and a half. If I can click the ad thing. Okay. We're back. I didn't have to pee. Alright. Gonna steal my food? Oh no. I know this is made for the parents. Look. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get that it's made for the parents. I do. But it still feels like they're leaving things out intentionally. And then taking, like, so much of the history behind it is just gone. It only really starts when Chris Hanson shit happened, and then him pulling that out, it's such a false argument. I don't understand that. Alright. Bugs me is Chris did no investigating. Everyone else did front people like Edwin, Blair, Repsion obviously make money from it. Their attention isn't about money. Exactly. Would I have been a part of this if offered? I mean, I can't deny if somebody would have offered me something, I would have probably gone on. I would have said my piece, but I would do that for anybody. Anyone, Discovery, another YouTuber, I would have done that. But I also think that asking someone like me is kind of stupid, because I'm not like one of the earliest people that looked into this shit. I came in, I would say, sort of right before everything blew up again, but I was not the first, and I will admit that. I would be stupid to admit that I was the first. But this is just strange, is all I'll say. It's strange. Anyway, by the way, I'm going to say this also. I don't blame Regina. I don't blame Edwin. I don't blame most of them for coming in and being a part of this. I know 192 it says on my end, which is fucking dope. But I'm trying not to think about it, because if I think about it, I'll get too anxious. Not the point. But let's continue.
In one part, you're helping these people by getting their stories out to people who wouldn't necessarily know they exist. But on the other, you're also profiting and making these people, relive their trauma time and time again.
Ultimately, I believe justice will be served on Onision.
Wow, I could have started a second ago. Also, yeah, I remember Tosh.0.
Communications, how can I help you? Yeah, hi. I would like to call in a welfare check for a neighbor.
Communications, how can I help you?
I was wondering if there was a way I could ask for a mental health check on someone.
Okay, what's the address that you're requesting a check on at?
You guys have been out to this neighborhood a few times for this particular address.
We were able to get a stack of documents from the Pierce County Sheriff's Department that shed light on what was actually going on in that home for the year prior to my door knock. And it was eye-opening.
I could say in the years of doing this job, this is one of the more complex, complicated cases with the most moving parts that we've ever seen. When we look at this kind of new frontier of internet victimization.
Communications, how may I help you?
It's this guy, he's an internet personality, and they've been posting a lot of very concerning videos lately.
Communications.
All right, I'm going to pause this. I do want to talk about something serious. And I know I'm interrupting a lot. I get it. Mea culpa. Guys, be careful when you call 911 over things like YouTube, because good intentions are a thing, yes. But over time, that can be just awful if things don't sort out, Please be careful calling 911 on people. Please. I beg you. Also, good game to stream. Warzone's pretty fun. Thank you for the applause. I'm glad I did turn that down. Alright, we're gonna continue. I know, but it's still, be careful, people. Alright, I might need to turn down the applause.
Help you?
He posted a meltdown video of him just really freaking out and acting really creepy, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Communications, how may I help you?
Just it's sexually violent.
Yeah, social worker.
Things promise me you won't pass out. I want to hear you scream. Stand in front of the window over there. The world should see how pathetic and helpless you are. I'm going to humiliate you.
I can't sit by and watch this anymore. I have to let someone know.
when you're going across the world with the internet and social media, there are no timelines because it may be 3 in the morning here, but 3 in the afternoon somewhere else. So it's a 24/7 ordeal. We have state, local, county, federal people that are experts that are creating task force to combat this.
Yeah, I feel you,
As far as Kai is concerned, we are aware that he's a participant in some of the activities.
I know.
If there's a victim who was groomed into being a suspect, that would be taken into consideration. But we need to get to the bottom of what's happening, and that doesn't mean that particular person who was a victim gets to victimize other people. And if he has any involvement, then he will be held accountable too. And the prosecutor will be the one that decides whether or not charges are filed. What type of charges, if any charges are filed at all, that will be the prosecutor's decision.
You got Hanson. He was telling me I was under investigation by the FBI. I was telling you I was under investigation by the police. And you guys bought it. You believed what he was saying. When I'm making videos and stuff, people are like, whoa, how are you still here? How are you not in jail or whatever? And it's like, because I literally had sex with an adult. You don't go to jail for that, typically. I've never heard of going to jail for that.
I think Onision is a very capable abuser. His intelligence allows him to manipulate public opinion.
On his left.
He looks like he's compliant.
We're just over halfway.
He looks like he follows the rules.
I don't do things that are horrible. I don't do things that are monstrous or anything. And if I did, I would be in prison or something like that.
But I think what he's done was very clearly towing the line, and we don't know the full extent of what Onision did to these girls.
We feel we're closer in having the big picture of what's happening. We stand up for the victims, we stand up for people's families, and we'll continue to do that.
I think if we peel back a little bit of what's really going on here, there is a really good argument that he was encouraging these children to be victims of either sexual exploitation or labor trafficking. And whether or not he violated any particular statute, it's going to be on an individual basis.
If Zitz could ejaculate on someone's face, this is what it would look like. Her face is covered in Zit ejaculate.
I have to say something. One, he's right over here. When you have a face that's greasier than mine, you have no room to talk about other people's face. You don't look good with facial hair, you don't look good with anything. Jesus fuck, man.
Sorry. I'm just being an asshole because I like it.
If we have someone who's being bullied at school and the teachers fail to act, they can be held accountable. But if someone is being bullied online and YouTube does nothing about it, YouTube can still profit off of that. When cash and clicks are the metric of how to be successful on YouTube, we start to care less and less about right and wrong.
I don't like where this is going.
We want to hold someone accountable. We want to create a reason for people to stop what's going on here. And right now, what reason does YouTube have to take this down if they could still profit off it?
Let's talk about that. So, yeah, YouTube does profit off of a lot of things. You can say that, you know, technically they could have profited off of 9/11 by putting ads on news videos from 9/11. They could have profited on drone strike footage, etc. That doesn't necessarily mean, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that YouTube should change necessarily different things. Onision has broken the terms of service multiple times. But I also think that saying that YouTube should ban anyone for other things because that sets a dangerous precedent. This skirts a fine line between what I think should happen and what I want should happen. Let's rewind that about 20 seconds. I want to rehear that just so I get this correct.
We want to hold someone accountable. We want to create a reason for people to stop what's going on here. And right now, what reason does YouTube have to take this down if they could still profit off it?
Okay, all right. I heard it through again. So, yeah. YouTube ad revenue doesn't work in a lot of different ways. It's the same thing with like a lot of the IRL streamers. Yeah, YouTube profited a lot because people donated a fuck ton of super chats to like Baked Alaska and Ice Poseidon and, you know, Only Use Me Blade. But they banned them because they broke the terms of service. Sure, they could have still profited off of them, undeniably so. But you are splitting hairs here when it comes to this kind of shit. I don't like Onision. I don't think it should be on YouTube. But saying that, oh, they keep them on because they can profit, I don't like that. Okay. My rant's over. Okay, let's name the one.
As a creator, you have to come to terms with the fact that YouTube and social media in general monetizes emotional pain. It forces everyone involved to put their deepest, darkest, most traumatic experiences in the public eye. As long as people are watching, YouTube wins. The casino wins every time you put a nickel in the slot machine. And YouTube will not deplatform him until they absolutely have to.
And Shelley says, what do you know about the law? Well, I'm not in jail, so I know enough.
Okay. I don't like what they're getting at with this.
Internet crimes are inherently difficult to prosecute and investigate. 25 years ago, we expected an internet to grow. Right now, it's grown to an unsustainable place, and the law is never catching up to these developments. The law is 25 years behind where we need it to be. But the real power in monitoring this kind of behavior is only at the hands of the people who created the platform in the first place.
I'm not liking this.
YouTube is set up to be an open forum of ideas and creativity and discussion, but it does create this opportunity for unmonitored and unregulated bullying, harassment, and predatory behavior. And that's the environment in which somebody like Onision can flourish.
I built an empire. I uploaded thousands of videos. I gave so much of my life to creating comedy sketches, making people laugh and entertaining people. I was a very positive influence to thousands, if not millions of people.
YouTube has taken it upon itself to monitor itself. And that is still a very unregulated and wild type of system because there's no oversight.
If you create content for YouTube, it's important to understand our community guidelines. Common sense rules that anyone using YouTube needs to follow to keep their videos and account in good standing.
Beep, 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 beep. Looks like you found a rock hard stud in my jammies. It's up my ass. It's me in my ass.
No violent or graphic content, please. So gory videos that are
I have to defend Onision. God damn it. I have to defend Onision. I have to. Okay. A skit, no matter how horrifyingly unfunny it is, doesn't necessarily fall under that. It's cringe, it is sexual in nature, but it is not a sexual video. How do I have to describe this? How do I have to describe this? I don't want to defend him, but what I'm saying is, yeah, like, that clip, in and out of the context, doesn't really work for that. I get what you're trying to go for. There's other, if you wanted to, I could have pulled up, like, 5 different things that could have fit there. But that is misleading.
Shocking or show gratuitous violence are not allowed on YouTube. YouTube supports free.
Okay. Another bad take there. Of course, in a skit, it is different than showing an ISIS beheading. There's a reason that ISIS beheadings are on Live League and not on YouTube. defending Onision. That shit sucks. But yes, his video is not breaking the rules of this. A scene in a form of a skit, which that was, is completely within the community guidelines of YouTube. This is it's fucking me up.
Of speech. But it's not okay ever to post videos that could provoke hatred towards a specific group of people.
Okay, it's not offensive to do this. Because their eyes are shaped different than ours, and they sound that way.
Because millions
I'll stop
of
pausing
hours
in a
of
second,
content
but
are uploaded to YouTube.
That last one also
There's no way to police all
out
of
of
that
context.
content to make sure that it properly aligns with the website's community guidelines.
Leave him alone!
All this behavior goes unchecked, and I think a lot of people don't like to see that boat rocked at all. They like it the way it is. Unmonitored, ungovernable, chaotic.
Don't post videos that harass or cyberbully anyone.
Does it mean that I immediately thought of a cow? You know, because cows have that mixed texture. Any of my thoughts are beyond control. I can't help those. Yeah, go help that.
There's been plenty of people that YouTube has taken action
That's that good.
but not Onision. It's like the big elephant in the room.
Don't post harmful or dangerous content, so no videos encouraging others to do things that could hurt them. But a video that teaches people how to do karate, for example, is okay. Remember, context is important.
You know what? I wish you would just die.
What?
I want you to die.
And any threats like predatory behavior, stalking, or intimidation are unacceptable. Anyone caught doing these things may be permanently removed from YouTube.
What's not a big deal? Huh?
All of these social media platforms intentionally keep their terms of service vague so that they can enforce it in any ways that they deem fit.
So whether you're a new creator or you've been doing this for a while, be sure to follow these guidelines and help keep us all safe.
Okay. We have to talk about that for sure. Yeah, no shit they keep it vague, because the main reason they keep it vague is because there's a lot of different things that could fit within certain guidelines. Okay, so recently Trump wanted to repeal Bill 230, which would have removed a lot of those vagueness. But the vagueness is there in a lot of ways for both the users to be allowed wiggle room within context. Oh, okay. Alright, but I still want to talk about. I still want to rant a little bit. But yeah, like the wiggle room is there for two different reasons. One, it's to allow things like skits, and to allow companies to avoid horrific fucking lawsuits. We have 10 minutes left in the video, I know. But thank you for following, by the way. I'll get to the followers at the ass end, don't worry. But yeah, no, this is a weird, strange, like, take on all that. Because, yeah, Section 2 there, civil litigation from publication. I am bad with laws, Aiden. But yes, so the wiggle room is there for a reason. It's necessary. Pointing us out in a video in something related to Onision, I can understand a lot. I'll just play in a second. Hold on, life. I just wanted to rant. Still, it's just... I don't like where that's going. Yeah, I agree.
These platforms aren't immune from liability for anything that a third-party viewer creates or does on their platform. If they have no liability, then they have no reason to regulate. I think the issue with this is that if we wait for the public to be outraged, we are always going to be a step behind the problem.
Check it, please. Guys, calm down, guys.
Just because it's happening online doesn't mean it's victimless. It doesn't mean that these children are not being harmed and that they're not at risk. So of course we want to be able to step in the way and keep our kids safe. These predators hide in plain sight. They understand how to evade law enforcement, how to manipulate their victims, and never be held accountable.
You're good. You're good.
I hear they're trying to make a documentary. You know, milk this for all it's worth, right? To that investigation show, y'all haven't reached out to talk to me, but I'm happy to talk.
Yeah, don't shit on Dear Life. Okay.
I'm happy to tell you exactly what I've said over and over and over again.
Ooh, that's not good. Just say shrimp. Just say shrimp.
911, what are you reporting?
It looks like argument going down at a house, maybe 30s white male and a short-haired, sort of androgynous-looking female.
Okay, did you see anything physical between the two of them?
I saw what maybe looked like some sort of shoving.
Don't you love Twitch?
It looks like a pretty heated argument.
Oh shit! Alright. Oh.
Now he sits in a home in Washington State. The people who monitor his videos suggest that Kai has moved their stuff out of there.
Kai has had no online presence. Kai basically disappeared from the internet.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
It would be interesting to
Kai did
talk
go
to
away
Kai
apparently,
because many observers, including myself, believe that if Kai were to cooperate in an investigation, it would spell disaster for Onision.
It would.
You tried to do the FBI, didn't work. You tried to do the police, didn't work.
We're being very meticulous and careful because we have one chance. You have one chance to put this type of investigation together and get it to the prosecutor.
You're laughing at me, aren't you? You're laughing.
Onision has to keep making content. He has to keep going. He can't stop.
I believe there is nothing this man will not do to make money or to preserve his position in the social media hierarchy.
It makes it almost a thriller to find out whether or not he's going to ever be held accountable.
Is this what you want, huh? Is this what you want a total meltdown?
His audience, you know, it's like a Roman Colosseum. They don't care about the gladiator, they just want to see a dude lose his arms.
Okay, it's funny.
Go!
It is a world where scandal can equal profit, where drama drives clicks, subscriptions, viewers, and ad revenue. And it's self-perpetuating.
At the end of the day, if you're still
iTunes.
watching, you're still supporting him.
Not a groomer, not a pedophile, not a sex offender, and yet you have people who have jumped to the conclusion that these things are true because they are painfully stupid.
You don't know what's real and what isn't. I believe Greg thinks that he has done nothing wrong and everyone else is the problem.
Now justice to me! All of you!
That would have been the end.
All of Onision's victims have
still
this
like 8
immense
minutes,
pressure
or 5 minutes.
to hold him accountable, and we put that
8 or
burden
5.
on the people who were abused instead of the people who watched it happen and did nothing about it.
I think we need more collective voices, more eyes and ears to be on this, to know that this happened, this was a real thing. This is something that we have to carry with us in our memories for the rest of our lives.
He took us in when we were young. He convinced us that we were in love with him, and he had sex with us, some of us underage. And then as soon as you turned 18, he starts to defeminize you and dehumanize you and turn you into a slave.
I think there's kind of a difference between just kind of like jokes or freedom of speech and then actually really like harassing people and just doing like really terrible things on the platform and kind of like continuing to do it.
Fuck YouTube.
I hope to have a relationship with Greg and Kai someday, but I would want Greg to accept responsibility and accountability for his actions.
I definitely think there's a lot of collateral damage, and it's definitely disheartening for people that have been victimized by him to see him get away with so much.
I don't think we know how many victims are actually out there. I don't think we know the damage that he's caused.
He's not going to stop until justice happens. He's not going to stop until all of his platforms are gone and he has no way to do it.
This is a cautionary tale for families and parents and loved ones to monitor what their family and friends are doing. With the internet and social media platforms, anybody can become a victim.
We have to educate our kids. We have to talk to them about the dangers that are online. But for some reason, we're uncomfortable with the conversation of online predators, and if they don't know what to be afraid of, they cannot protect themselves.
I am legendary famous. There are so many people who talk about me every single day.
He looks awful with facial hair
at this point because of how many people. People probably discuss me more than Jesus.
The only way to really make, Onision lose is to let him die out in obscurity, which is kind of the opposite of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You guys are so full of shit. And you know what? I'm gonna end this on one of my favorite quotes ever. You either die a fucking hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the cunt-ass villain.
Ugh! Okay. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts. I will wait for it to end. I'm not letting the music play. So, if these are the only 3 episodes, why are you pressing F? Okay, alright. I was like, people pressing F, fuck. Okay. So, yeah, okay, good. So, here's the thing. These 3 episodes were weird. If there's only 3 episodes, that's fucking dumb. Billy opted out of the show, so they really can't talk about her too much. The first one is definitely the best out of these 3. I will say that first one, it follows a through line, it all makes sense, all kind of, it's all connected. That made sense. Episode 2 was weird. Because episode 2's first act, is what I'll call it, the first act was weak, right? The second one was the story of the one Alicia woman, I think. Lisa? The woman who got kidnapped, we talked about her story. That was good. That was an interesting story. I actually liked that part itself. The third act of the episode was like, it was so disjointed. And this one, its title is its best descriptor. Unmonitored and chaotic. That fits. It was chaotic and unstructured and it was baffling. It was fucking baffling. the editing on that one. There's no reason to pay money for this. Yeah, they didn't. There's so much of it didn't talk about either. So either they're making more episodes, or they left a whole fuck ton of shit out, and I can't tell which is more embarrassing. I literally can't tell. Either you have, so much missing content, so much wasted effort that could have made for compelling content. If you're a producer or something, you want to have compelling content. And sadly, a child falling out of a window is compelling compared to whatever the fuck that third episode was. There's so much for a through line they could have done. And if you give this to me, right, I could have made at least 6 episodes. You could have. There's so much fucking crazy shit you could have touched on that they didn't. I'll admit, I understand it's for boomers, but if I was a boomer, I wouldn't understand what was happening in the last episode because it was a jumbled mess. And the whole pulling out YouTube and all that shit upset the fuck out of me. That almost made me want to stop watching it right fucking then. This was a mistake. If anyone at Discovery Plus is listening, yo, hey, hear me out next time. You want someone to do this for you, like an online documentary? Hire one of us. People brought up Aiden, Tamimi, all of them. Hire us. We understand this shit better than you. So much better. Fuck. Give this to someone like Repsion, give someone like Edwin's, somebody. Holy shit, it would have been so much better. You could have structured everything in little ways. Oh, my thing was buffering for a second. You could have structured this in so many different ways. They picked this. I don't know. So the same. No, admittedly, there was some production value to all this. I will give them that. It's very well shot. Take it easy, Brandon. To be fair, if it wasn't for the fact that this had all the seasons of how it's made, I would have canceled Discovery Plus after this episode. So... The only thing I have left to say on this topic, because I'm going to cut probably the rest if I talk about more shit out of the YouTube thing. The only thing I have left to say really is just, this was weird. Well, show us how it's made. Oh yeah, okay, I'll talk about Joy in a sec. Thank you for the applause. I'll talk about Joy Sparkles in a second, because that was funny. Was there behind the scenes? No. They had a trailer on here at one point, but I guess that's gone. They did have a trailer. I pulled it up on the first episode. I know that. If somebody goes back, you can find it. Yeah, no, what else is there left to say, really? Alright. So let me pull up YouTube, because I have things in a different window here, and I don't necessarily want everyone seeing what I'm searching up. No offense to you guys, but... I wonder if Joy Spark... Yep, here we go.
Hi, guys.
So, Joy Sparkle is back. You're good. Joy, I posted this on Twitter. She was an old school Onision call-out person. Like, this was far before me. This was way back. And then people shit on her a lot because she was fucking nutty. Like, genuinely fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And would always have, like, some excuse on, like, oh, I can't be held accountable because of this or that. And I thought about doing a video on Joy Sparkles last year around January, but I was like, I was hoping in my mind that she wouldn't come back and I would just do it far later. But she came back. Oh, all I'll say is this chick could see Jack Torrance from a glass-bottom boat. She talks a lot about Eugenia Cooney, which I don't know too much about the Eugenia stuff. I haven't really looked too much into it, I'm going to be honest here. But I'm not watching an hour-long video on why Onision called the cops on her. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. My production isn't a good point considering I have the money to make anything look good. I'll say it like this. I've sometimes watched what my dad watches. Like, I'll go over to his place and watch. And he usually watches, like, those Alaskan shows. There's not a lot of production value in that. But yeah, she's putting out, like... one day ago. 3 videos a fucking day. I can't do that. I can't understand that. Trying to figure out where last time she talked about a trans person. Probably Kai.
Hi guys, it's Joy, and I'm sure you saw the title of this video because you clicked on this. Today we're going to continue my little mini-series on what happened with my debate with Onision. So let me give you guys a little bit of information, especially if you're new here. Hi y'all, how you doing? I just want to kind of throw some stuff out.
I don't know why she's so red either.
Understand exactly what this was and exactly what happened here. Okay, let me set the scene. So, Onision had put something out saying he wants to do a debate, right? With somebody.
You didn't see.
It was actually aimed at me. And whoever spoke up on a YouTube video and said they wanted to debate, the person who got the most views wins. Jacqueline Glenn got the most views, but he declared me the winner. But he ended up saying, okay, well, I'll do both of you. So I have my debate directly with Onision. If you haven't yet seen that, go check it out. I'll have links in the description. I'll have links up here.
Look,
I probably won't make sense.
Kai does have a vagina, but I do think... I'm going to respect people who transition. I don't. Yeah, that's...
Unless you see that video.
Why did you say the Velma cosplay thing, man?
To make a long story short, he got super mad because he was trying every which way to trigger me. And it really wasn't working. And
God damn it, now I can't look at this. I had a crush on fucking Velma growing up. Why did you say that? I want to die. Hang on. Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Alright. Let's continue.
Then he rage quit. He got mad and left. He just walked off of the debate and said, I'm going to talk to Kai. Now, a couple things to note. Kai, at this point in time, was named Lainey and went by she, her, is that what it is? Pronouns, but was also going by him, his as well. So there was some overlap there. So what you're going to see, there's a couple things I want you guys to understand from this. So Greg rage quits.
There we go.
I wasn't prepared to talk to Kai or Lainey in this, but I was like, okay, I don't mind, right? And we had a fairly civil discussion. Like, it was a decent discussion. But there's a reason this video is so long. Because once I left the stream, things turned south. Now, to those of you who don't know what was going on then, at that time, I was the first, I would say I was one of the most consistent first voices that had a bigger platform.
Jesus fuck, there's a 13-minute lead-in!
I was really upset about that because it just made no sense to me and no one came to me first. Mind you, I don't know what Haley said because I didn't finish the video, but
sure.
What Aaron said was just completely untrue.
I have the same pair of headphones.
So, I don't know. That was really upsetting to me because
Okay, we might watch the debate later,
talked
but
to her for like 2 weeks. I never dated her. I never asked for passwords. I've never asked anybody for passwords in my life. So
I just think it's weird if there's like, why is this a full-on re-upload? We'll watch that some other time. But yeah, Joy has been.
Hi guys, it's been a while.
I mean, here's what I'll say. Here's what you can easily call Kai, right? A fucking weirdo who's into young girls. That's the easiest thing to call Kai. There you go. I mean, what kind of money? I mean, I guess probably getting more money, but yeah, I guess. Let's see what most popular. Oh, this is like an old side shit. Oh, okay, it's all the Daddy O5 shit. I do remember that Joy was big into the Daddy O5 thing, and that was a little nutty. Now, I do agree. Onision does have Onision does have a fetish for defeminization. All of Joy's videos are monetized. God, I wish that were me. Oh, yeah, no. So, I think this is the new channel. All I'm gonna say is, I remember all the crazy shit that happened. I remember all that, so that's why I don't really want to talk too much about that nutbag. I'm gonna pull up something here, and I need to pull this up on a. Okay, here we go. I need to pull up something on Kiwi Farms here, and see if that feeder Knoll has it on here. All right. I think Claw's doing something right now. Okay, so well, I will talk about this separately. I'm gonna try to find, because I'm gonna probably stream either tomorrow or Thursday. But because I've talked about Baked Alaska before on YouTube. Where is this? Okay. So if you guys remember, the thing that happened in the Fed, the Capitol building, could not remember. Hang on here. I wish I could get this shit sorted. I didn't plan for this. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not plan for this part. So hang on here. Guys, I wish I had planned shit ahead of time. I want to talk about this soon, but Baked Alaska had pretended to be dead because a whole bunch of shit happened and all that. Like, he was at the Capitol riot and recorded a whole bunch. Oh, fucking sight. Which that is its own kind of craziness. Here, I will. So, they issued a warrant for his arrest because he had failed to show up in court. Here we go. He had failed to show up in court, violated his release conditions after he was like let out for something, and then he went to Washington where he live streamed a riot, faked his death, and then I believe now he's been arrested even. It's like, how the fuck do you do that? I am going to stream about that. either tomorrow or Thursday, one of the 2 days. Because I want to talk about all the crazy shit that happened. Because this month has been fucking crazy, and I've been trying to find time to stream more. And I have time to stream more this week. So I will do a lot of streams here on Twitch and YouTube. But we're going to start to wrap things up because I kind of rolled through everything I wanted to talk about, and I figured hour 50 is probably pretty good to wrap up on. So I will switch to just me. How you doing, chat? So I got a whole bunch of fucking followers. I actually had to turn off the alert box at one point because too many people didn't want to spam it up. So I'm pulling up the activity feed here. Weddy1888, thank you for following. No Blood for Foil, CC_X0X, Jalakininkipia, I can't say that name properly. I Swear I'm a Guy, Miss Shell, Deviantals, Niece the Lone Wolf, Baby Bowie, Rauchin, 89, Cryptid Moth, Door Noir, Yummy Jacqueline. A lot of people followed, is what I'm saying. Thank you guys for following. Seriously, it was an amazing stream. Sorry for all the craziness on YouTube. I'm going to upload it there and see if I can get it to not be restricted because... or at least blocked. God willing. With that, though, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Talk to y'all tomorrow. I will announce on Twitter when I'm going to stream on YouTube. I'm going to stream more games also. If anybody wants to watch some of that. I've got, like, Call of Duty, all that shit. So, yeah. Alright, folks. That's it for the night. Take it easy. I'll see you next time. I'm going to click this. And I'm going to find a song to play us out. I know I can upload as demonetized. It just sometimes it doesn't let me upload. I wish I'd picked a song beforehand. Oh, here we go.
Just give it a night.